So any of you who know me know I absolutely love Starship Troopers, and I've been wanting to, for the longest time, recreate a Starship Troopers inspired battle in Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2, and today, ladies and gentlemen, thanks to the mod support, we're able to do that. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing. Yes, that's right, I've actually managed to find some mods that allow us to get some, well, they're not exactly antlions, but they're as close as I could possibly find them. Unfortunately, there is no Starship Troopers mods out there yet. Modders, please get on that as quickly as possible. So heading over here to our tactical map, you can see that we've got about 6,000 of the Roughnecks here. These are going to be represented by the modern troops. Unfortunately, they're the closest things that are available at the moment. And then just behind the front line of modern troops here, we've got our mecha suits, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my, there's about 2,000 of them, and they're going to be flinging their bullets over the top and right into the approaching arachnids. Just behind them, representing tanks, we've actually got 20 Sherman tanks because there's no mods for tanks yet. What, guys, what's going on? And at the very back, we've got the elite stormtroopers, 2,000 of them in total, oh my. And of course, we've got the attacking force here, ladies and gentlemen. 200,000 arachnids ready to tear open this defensive formation. Will they be able to do it? Well, there's only one way to find out. Here we are then, ladies and gentlemen, kicking off the first volley, and already you can see that these things, I think they're actually camel spiders. That's what, realistically, that is exactly what they are. But they're very, very close to the Starship Troopers. I think, are they called antlions, or am I stealing that from Half-Life 2? I should actually know, considering it is, but, you know, a lot of the times they just call them bugs. And so far, the front line of Roughnecks is trying to hold out desperately against these approaching bugs. That is absolutely terrifying. Look at these things. Oh, that is horrific. You imagine standing here and having like a 6-foot spider run at you with sharp mandibles and all sorts. Oh my god, the front line of Roughnecks here taking an absolute pounding. Some of them getting flung through the air. Any of them that are landing in the back line are getting torn to shreds by the approaching others here. My god, look at them swinging all the way around. The elite stormtroopers here holding out against them really, really well. These guys can pump out some insane damage against them here. However, the Roughneck line is not looking as good. The Robo Mecha suits right behind them, trying to lay down some covering fire, trying to help out as best they can. 3,000 of the bugs have been squished so far. Our front line is developing really nicely here. You can see every now and then a tank shell goes off and sends one of the bugs into the stratosphere. Oh my god, they look amazing as they fly through the air. Look at them! Oh, that is absolutely brilliant. Oh, I don't know why. They kind of also look a bit like ants, don't they? I'm surprised we haven't got a mod for ants yet. I'd love to see some giant ants, like, swarming out of an anthill kind of thing. That'd be really good on the Olympus map, actually. You could have, like, loads of ants on top of Mount Olympus, and they could be swarming off it to make it look like it's an anthill or something like that. But at the moment, back to this fight, 7,000 bugs now officially squished. The line's somewhat still holding. I mean, the Roughnecks at the front here, I mean, they are living up to the name of rough. They have definitely got it rough at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. These bugs towering over and ripping into that front line, sending poor old soldiers flying here. And every now and then, you can just see a bug go flying. I love this. I actually love these bugs flying through the air. It is one of the greatest things I've ever seen. Look at them go. I think what I really like as well is that they, for some reason, they seem to leave behind these crazy blood trails. Look at him go. Oh my god, that's absolutely insane. Our line, though, at the front, completely starting to collapse now. The bugs at 800, 900 kills now to the bugs. The Robo line trying its best to hold out now. Oh no, look at this, the Roughnecks. They are in one hell of a pickle here, ladies and gentlemen. Their carbines are not able to keep up with the armored plating here of these arachnids. Storming forward, slashing, bashing, crashing. That's all they're doing. Everything's dying in their path. I don't know how this guy's ended up here. He must have been flung by one of the antlions. I think I'm going to call them antlions, but I'm still pretty sure that I've stole that from Half-Life. They could use shared names, I suppose. But yeah, antlions at the moment pushing hard on the flanks. They are starting to surround the special stormtroopers over here. However, the firepower of these boys cannot be underestimated. Absolutely laying into the buggy horde here. Though the horde is still quite strong. There's only 9,000 defenders left, ladies and gentlemen. Oh dear, we've got to hope that these tanks put in a lot of work here. Come on, more bugs. I want more bugs flying in the air. Go on, keep firing. You're going to have to let me know, ladies and gentlemen, in the comments below. What are your favourite modded units that you've seen so far on the Steam Workshop? There's some really cool ones there. I kind of want to do some silly ones, like Principal Skinner versus Superintendent Chalmers. That seems like it could be quite a fun fight, but let me know in the comments below what mods you'd like to see. I'm all open for suggestions and stuff like that. Let's get some crazy fights on the go. But at the moment, our bugs have managed to crush that front line. Look at this, now there's only the Robo Wave left. However, there is the second line of Roughnecks here who are being bunched up bit by bit. They are protecting the Stormtroopers though, and the Stormtroopers are protecting them with their firepower. These guys are basically a meat shield at the moment. Somewhere in this line is Johnny Rico and Dizzy, and they are just trying their hardest not to shag, because that's all they ever do in the film. I don't know if any of you have ever watched it, but literally, the entirety of the film is them either making out or trying not to shag. It is such a weird thing in it, but still a absolutely fantastic film. However, the bugs have completed the surround here, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. There is no escape now for our Marines here. They are completely cut off from any reinforcements. The only way out of here is to kill as many of these damn bugs as possible. But what I think we'll do very quickly is, while we wait for these lines to develop just a little bit, I think we'll hit a quick time-lapse camera here and see what kind of crazy things happen, because I've got a feeling the Roughnecks aren't going to hold out too long. But these Stormtroopers, ladies and gentlemen, wow, let's just see what happens. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Roughnecks are still holding out here. 50,000 bugs now have been quashed. They've killed almost a quarter of them. In fact, they have killed a quarter of them. And there's actually still some of these Roughnecks surviving here. It seems that the combined firepower of the tanks and these troops here is quite enough to keep the bugs at bay for now. Will they be able to do it though? Will they be able to keep this pace up? You can see that the elite Stormtroopers over here are getting swarmed bit by bit. These bugs are hungry for the tasty morsels of flesh here to go and feed their queen. However, I don't think these special Marines here really want that. If I was one of them, I'd be, you know, making sure that the barrel of my gun was glowing and melting and warping at this point. I'd be laying down so much lead, it'd be unbelievable. Our tanks, though, ladies and gentlemen, bearing the brunt of it, it must be said. The bugs trying to find a chink in their armor, however. They're just swiveling the turrets round and blasting them in the face with some nice high explosive rounds. Look at them. I still can't get over these bugs. Every time one goes flying through the air, it's absolutely fantastic. I just look at them. Oh, that is so good. Oh my god, I think, like I said, I think it's just the fact that blood trails just splurt off them like that as well. It is really good. The rear line here under heavy assault at the moment. 5,000 kills to the bugs so far. Only 5,400 defenders remaining. I don't know if they're going to be able to do this, ladies and gentlemen. It's a tall order. There's 135,000 attackers remaining. It's really hard to see what's alive and what's not at this point. The bodies of the bugs are just really piling up in insane ways. You can literally just see heads right above it, and every now and then a trooper goes flying through the air. The only real thing that you can see actually are these tank turrets, and I'm sure the bugs can really see them as well. Oh, sorry, I'm just laughing at them flying through the air. It's absolutely fantastic. But yeah, what we'll do again is quickly hit another time lapse, because we're really waiting to see if this front line collapses or if it's all down to the tanks. Will the rear line hold? Who knows, ladies and gentlemen? It's all to play for still here. We'll be back in a second. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Only 3,000 of our troopers are left at the moment. The tanks still holding out magnificently. And of course, the elite troops here doing absolute God's work. I've no idea how they've managed to survive this long. They've taken an absolute pounding over here. Look at this, all the bodies on the floor here. But they just keep pumping out lead, and they just keep killing bugs left, right, and center. 82,000 losses here now to the bugs. There's only 110,000 remaining now. The tanks have been putting in a heck of a day shift here, trying to keep all the infantry behind them safe. And you know what? They've actually been doing it. These roughnecks here have got absolutely no right to be alive as long as they have been. And you, sir, in your mecha suit, even you have no right to be alive. It's all thanks to these tanks here, which have just formed the shield wall, basically, in front of the infantry. And of course, at the back, you've got your galactic troops here, which are our stormtroopers for today. I shouldn't have called them galactic troops there. It's immersion breaking. Oh no, we've ruined the illusion. Quick, rewind. Pretend I never said that. But yeah, our elite stormtroopers here now, taking the brunt of it, especially on this side. They are really getting thinned out, actually. Oh, poor old them. Look at them getting flung through the air. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie, but there is a part where a trooper gets flung into the middle of a pack of them, and then you just see legs and arms fly out. It's a very gruesome sight. Oh my god. But they're holding out, ladies and gentlemen. They are still holding out. 2,400 of them remaining. I don't know if they're going to be able to defeat our antlion enemies here. The tanks, though, they could be the great equalizer. They are still holding strong. Yet again, the spider things, whatever they want to call them, are really, really struggling to get through these. Oh, that is not professional ever. Don't ever just call them thingies. And if you're ever commentating on things, ladies and gentlemen, don't just call them thingies. It's very unprofessional. The Lions here cannot find a chink in the armor of the Sherman tanks here at all. However, I don't think ultimately it's going to matter. I don't think there's going to be enough troops here holding the rear. Because look at them, they are pushing forward. As much as I'd like these elite troops to hold out, they're getting sort of separated bit by bit, and they are getting chewed off one by one. It's a grim affair, ladies and gentlemen. So what we'll do, yet again, I know, we'll head back to our time-lapse camera, because these guys are just, the survival instincts are through the roof at the moment. Oh, we just lost a tank right there. Just as I said, the survival instincts are through the roof. The tank exploded. Flipping typical. Anyone who's watched my videos knows that anytime I say things, sometimes the exact opposite happens on screen. It's rather unlucky, actually. But yes, we'll be back in a moment, and let's see, can the tank survive? Can the elite troops survive? Will the roughnecks make it out? Only one way to find out. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Our last 500 fighters are remaining. We've got 3 tanks remaining here as well. So this is pretty much all down to the elite shock troops here. It is back-to-back fighting here. Bugs completely surrounding them, looking down on them from all angles, standing on a mound of bodies now all around them. Oh my god, there are so many dead bugs. 98,000 of them, to be precise. These tanks been invaluable in the defense so far, ladies and gentlemen. But come on, roughnecks. Do you want to live forever? Come on, back-to-back fighting. That's it. Keep them pulse rifles shooting. There's still plenty of bugs to be squished here today. 95,000 remaining. Let's just have a bit more of an overhead look here. Oh, look, we did actually make a blood lake as well. We've got to very quickly go check that out before the end of the match here. Let's go have a look. Oh my, it is actually deep enough for little Timmy to get out his rubber dinghy. And what the hell? Oh, these are the I was wondering what they were then. They look like little turtles in the water, but no, it is the actual bugs. Some of them somehow have managed to die in the water over there. Well, let's go back here to our final defense, ladies and gentlemen. 220 remaining. This is a grim last stand here, it must be said. Come on, Jabs. I'm sure you can do it. If you just shoot enough, you can kill them all. Right? That's how it works. I'm pretty sure. The tanks, though, you know, they are the only thing actually really realistically stopping the bugs completely swarming them at this point. I'm sure when these tanks die, there will be a little miniature surge forward here. But actually, kind of looking at them, this one looks pretty beat up, but this one, not as bad. It must be said, they are covered in blood. I don't know if that's theirs or the blood of the bugs. That sounds like it should be a short novel. The blood of the bugs. Probably is, actually, now that I think about it. Oh my god, come on, final stand mode has been initiated at last 100, and they are getting through here, ladies and gentlemen. The tanks trying their best. I mean, they're literally swiveling on the spot here, shooting the turrets at point blank. There's nothing else they can do. We're at 69, let's keep it at that number. Oh no, never mind, it's already gone below it. And you know what, there's not even really any troops left. I think the only troops left now are quite literally inside of the tanks. That seems right. How is the 48 troops here? I do not get that. Apparently there's 48 troops remaining here, unless they're buried underneath mounds and mounds of bodies. I cannot see how that is true. Unless when one of the tanks dies, they're just like, out pops a load of troops. I don't know. Is that these bodies are really starting to glitch out then? I don't know. Look at that. When you get close to the tank and look in between the tanks here, they just go a little bit weird. But you know, the devs did mention some level of detail issues here. Now, apparently, 17 troops remaining. I can't see them all being under this tank. Maybe they are. There is gunfire coming from underneath it. Look, can we go inside and have a look? Okay, maybe there is 17 troops here. Who knows? I mean, there's certainly not any more. There's quite a few in there, actually. The tanks do really well at protecting troops who are right inside of it. Because look at this, the space around the tank is quite large, especially with the bugs as well. They've got quite a big spacing on them. But at the moment, ladies and gentlemen, I do think this is all over. The last of the Roughnecks inside of this tank. And when the tank goes, unfortunately, so do the Roughnecks. Oh my, so I do think we are going to call this one here, ladies and gentlemen. As always, I do hope you had a blast. I know I did. Please do kind of like, subscribe, all that good stuff. A massive shout out to all our channel members who helped to keep this channel going. And as a reward for being a member, your extra content is now live. Go ahead and check that out. And if you're not a member, why the heck not? Click the join button below. And if you're after some handy dandy artwork, there are links down in the description. With all that being said, as always, until next time, peace.